2 Mikayla Nogueira videos in 1 week. I'm gonna need her to stop.
Does it even matter what I actually look like?
Now, as I always say in these videos, there is a difference between good lighting, bad posing, a bad candid photo. Maybe you should have worn Spanx with your dress. Maybe it's the front-facing camera versus the back-facing camera. Who knows? But you cannot convince me that Mikayla Nogueira is not altering her body and using body-changing filters and face slimming filters in her TikTok videos. There are so many apps that people use, and a lot of people, like I said before, have tried to figure out exactly which one she's using. Unless she says it, I don't think there's really a way for us to know. But every time I post a video about Mikayla, there's always people in the comments who don't understand how filters work or don't understand how to look out for that. And I personally think that that is very important to be able to call out and to be able to have a good eye for, not only for consumer awareness and consumer protection. If there's a filter on something, a smoothing filter, a slimming filter, something like that, it's going to change the way on camera, a product, a tangible item, a outfit, something. It's going to change the end result of it, or rather how that end result is perceived to the audience. And that's obviously not okay. But even further than this, the mental health toll that this can really take on people, especially with body dysmorphia, it's not good. Not only for the audience, but especially for the people who are filtering themselves. For instance, during this entire first part of this video, I've had a filter on me. I'm not filming this on my usual camera. I'm filming this on my iPhone so that I can easily go ahead and just stop filming in a second, change over to my normal camera and add a filter onto this. So I'm going to stop recording for just 1 second. It's not going to, not going to be any difference to you. Oh, hey girl, we real zoomed in. What's going on here? Now, even right now, we can do a little side by side of the raw video of that intro and then the edited one. And it's not that much of a difference. But if I was out here being like, oh my gosh, this mascara is amazing, this foundation, which I do love all the products I use, but talking about these types of products that I'm using when it's not actually showing what it really looks like, that's very deceptive and that's not okay. But anyways, I just wanted to give you that little example. Hey friends, you know what really grinds my gears? Getting interrupted by spam likely calls. Y'all know how many of those I used to get every single day? It was infuriating, ridiculous. I hate it. To this day, I still hate it, but it's obnoxious. But how and why, and also how dare they? But how do they even get your phone number? Great question. Let me tell you. So there are these companies called data brokers that sell your information to marketers, to scammers, to stalkers, maybe even. And legally, yes, they do have to remove your information from these websites if you ask them to. Like if you submit a request, they also make it extremely difficult, not convenient at all, to do so and act like you're inconveniencing them when it's like, you're the one putting my information out there. It's not that tough of an ask. God forbid a woman have some safety and security and privacy. But that's where the sponsor of this video comes in, which is Aura. Y'all know Aura has sponsored my channel for, good Lord, probably over 2 years now, and I love them so much. Aura is all-in-one digital security. Not only do I use my VPN through them on all of my devices, my work phone, my work computer, my personal phone, my iPad, everything, with over 100 locations with that VPN, but then also password management because I cannot be bothered to remember anything. And then also antivirus, parental controls. I can have them submit opt-out requests on my behalf if they see that my information has been floating around. And then also there's real-time alerts for banking and credit. And then, because let's be honest, if there is a data breach or leak or something like that with one of these huge conglomerates, one of these huge companies, they're just going to send you an email or you're just going to see it on a headline, and that company's not going to do anything to protect you. Do they ever? No. Well, Aura is able to not only be proactive, but also on the back end there, like I said, go through, and if your information is out on the dark web, they can handle that for you, notify you of it, and really just keep you safe online. And because I love Aura so much, and because you guys do too, thanks for that, they're offering you, through the link in my description box and the one that's on screen right now, a 14-day free trial, and that is aura.com/CCSUAREZ. Go to that link, aura.com/CCSUAREZ, and you can actually take advantage of a 14-day free trial through them. And let me tell you, a 14-day free trial, and that's enough time for Aura to scrub these data broker websites and get your information removed without you even having to lift a finger. So go to aura.com. Like I said, aura.com/CCSUAREZ and take advantage of that 14-day free trial. Thank you to Aura for being a continued sponsor of my channel. And thank you to you guys for supporting my sponsors. But what brings us here today is that Mikayla did a video on TikTok crying about how she does not use filters. And to paraphrase, she doesn't use filters, and I'm not calling her this. She knows she's unattractive and that like she has a bad side profile, and she doesn't know why she looks different in person than on camera. Let me tell you, I definitely do think that there are people who are just not photogenic. And that's all right. But girl, you're also taking pictures of yourself. Like the pictures that you're posting, you look great in. The pictures that other people post, sometimes not that great, but typically you look fine. You look great. Who cares? But it's just like the differences is crazy. Like Mikayla, you cannot tell me that these are not edited, like that you have not filtered your face to be elongated. Like you have a completely different bone structure and face structure in your TikTok videos versus the videos or pictures that are taken of you when you're out in public, and you can't edit those because they're someone else's, right? Infuriating. What's interesting though is that Mikayla basically made the same video last year, but it was a little bit more, it came off as like a little bit more aggressive. So let's watch that. Then we'll get to this year.
Okay, people have a lot to say about my body and just like how I look in general. But I want to talk about something because it drives me mad. So people always look at like pictures that I take of myself versus pictures that people take like out in public or like candid shots. And they notice that like I look different in both of them. I am not a photogenic person like in any way. But like what they mean is like, say it's like a photo of me and like waist is so fucking snatched. I'm like all hot and sexy like this. But then in the photo of me in public, it's like, and I'm like fat. And then they're like, she photoshops her body. She's lying. And I'm just like, dude, can we like be for real? And saying this as someone who is nowhere near a fucking supermodel, but I am in an above average size body. People really try to take any image of me where my body looks really good and say, that's fucking photoshopped. There's no way because she's fat. But nope, there are occasions where I can have an outfit on and I am fucking snatched, okay? But there are also occasions where if someone in public sees me and they take a photo of me and I'm just fucking chilling, that I'm gonna look like this, and I'm gonna look like, you know, resting normal, you know, like I'm not.
Okay, so I don't disagree with that. However, one thing that I always want to make clear is that if you're doing a before and after, even for yourself, for, you know, progress pictures for like working out or muscle gain or body mass or weight loss or whatever, you need to do it in the same location, up against the same wall, the same lighting, the same outfit, the same angle, the same like height of the camera, same pose, same time of day, because obviously like our bodies bloat and stuff during the day, but 100%. And showing a picture from like right now and then comparing it to a picture from 6 months ago, 4 years ago, whatever, it's like, okay, well, I'm not wearing the same clothes. I'm not, you know, making the same like facial expression. I'm not, you know, there's so many different factors that go into that. So sure, I'm with you, Mikayla. However, where I'm not with you is where there are clear screenshots from your TikTok videos side by side from the same night. The TikTok was a get ready with me, and then at the actual event, and your face structure is literally different. Your nose is skinnier. Your face is longer or shorter or whatever. Your legs are slimmer. Like that's, so what you're saying doesn't apply. And of course, yes, we can all look like goblins, okay? But that's not the point here. And I think that a lot of the times her or other people will try to use this type of sentiment as like, well, everyone looks different, or I don't always look perfect. And well, I'm just relaxed and I'm not posed, and like it's not good lighting. And it's like, Mikayla, your face is like at least an inch longer in that picture. What are you talking about? But a lot of times what people will do is try to hide behind, or rather shield themselves. I know it's the same thing, but shield themselves behind the, you're just focusing on my body. You are bullying me or something like that. And I don't think that that's what's happening, at least on my end and a lot of other people, because some people will say like, don't talk about her body. And it's like, I'm not talking about her body. That is not her body. That is filtered. I'm calling out the unethical aspect of her in being in the job that she is and this being her career and her saying that she's so honest when she's not and filtering the fuck out of herself into a different person. It's wild when she doesn't need to do that. Okay, now this video was basically the same sentiment of the one last year, but this one was posted more recently. I don't remember when, but I believe within like the last week. And I do think that she's lost weight. I don't care if she used a GLP-1 to do so. I mean, unless she's selling like a workout program or like a different type of thing and advertising it when really the results are from GLP-1, I would care then. But I don't care if anyone's on a GLP-1, okay?
I added all of my jewelry. Just to reiterate what I was referring to earlier, like someone might take a photo of me tonight where I have like fat sticking out, or like I have all this loose skin, loose fat, and they might get a photo of me showing that. Or if I'm like, I'm not fucking pregnant, but like sometimes I'm just chilling. I'm not always like this. Sometimes I'm just like this, and you might get a picture of that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean I'm fucking editing my body and filtering the shit out of myself. Sometimes I look like this. In pictures, when I pose, I look like this. Sometimes I fucking look like this. Okay? Can we like, that's what I'm saying. Can we end the dialogue around how I look in real life versus online? Because sometimes I fucking look like a bad bitch.
We cannot stop that dialogue. I don't want to be like, I don't care about her editing her body, like for her own sake, and then also for her viewers too. And I don't think it's, you know, good for anyone. But my main concern is the blatant false advertisement that it is when she's editing her face. For instance, in my opinion, I was about to say 100%, but in my opinion, this video has a slimming filter on it on her face. Like your face is not shaped like that. It is infuriating. So she actually posted this one second, and then she posted the one we're about to watch where she's crying. And it did like break my heart a bit, but then I snapped out of it and I was like, but you are lying. You are. But still, it is sad to hear her talk about herself, to say like, I know I'm not attractive. And it's like, well, that's sad. I don't think you're unattractive. Also, like, that's not the conversation. Like, that's not the points I'm making. Like, yeah, people are mean as fuck about her. Absolutely. People do make fun of her side profile. I understand that. Listen, I get it. I get people telling me that I'm built like a box, okay? Box bitches unite, all right? I understand. It sucks. However, you are a public figure. I know I can say all day long, like, don't look at comments. I look at comments, hurts my feelings too. I get it. But like, don't you think that it would just be better if you stopped using filters? And then it's also like hard to feel bad for you because you're the one who's caused this.
I want to address something that's been heavy on my mind for quite a while. My appearance and what I look like. I've said this a million times and I will defend it until I'm in the grave, that there are no filters on my videos. There's constant confusion about why I look different in person than in my videos. I want to make something very clear. I am aware that I'm not an attractive person. Sorry, I don't know why I'm fucking getting emotional over it. I'm aware that I'm not, like, aesthetically pleasing to look at or, like, photogenic. It's really easy to take a bad photo of me.
And that could very well be true. However, again, then girl, how come the pictures you post all look amazing? You know, to your own opinion and interpretation of what amazing and beautiful means, and attractive in general, and photogenic. However, like I was saying, I do know people that they like take really bad photos, but like they are very attractive. However, like if you are someone who isn't photogenic, like that would be pretty consistent across the board, you know? But still, again, the videos and like you're saying you're not editing your photos, but then again, if you're, you know, saying it's super easy to take a bad picture of me, it's easy to take a bad picture of anybody. And again, it's your videos that I'm concerned about here. So it really just does seem that it's like, and I feel bad even saying it, but it's like, it really seems like she's possibly using this as like, not rage bait, but like engagement farming, as she does quite a bit, probably like twice. I want to say like twice or three times a year, she'll post, I mean, if history shows us anything, she'll post a video that garners a lot of support from her audience, but then also from some other, I mean, albeit delusional, but from other content creators too, and like from people in our industry, and not my corner of the industry though. And it really does seem like she does this like once or twice or 3 times a year. I think that she's possibly doing it now because like her makeup part of her company is about to drop, I think around like November or Christmas time. So, you know, talking about it, going out more, promoting stuff more, going to more red carpet events and stuff. I think that she's doing that, obviously, but then also doing more, and I don't want to call it rage bait, but more engagement farming, just like with her husband going to rehab and, you know, pulling at those emotional heartstrings, when in reality, it's like, okay, but there's a billion things wrong. Not a billion. There's like 20 things wrong with things that you're saying right now. Like, it's not adding up.
I don't have the best side profile, which I've talked about and I've shown. Sorry. Ugh. Anyways. I don't know why I look different in person. I don't. Like, I film on the TikTok app with no filters. I'm just sitting here talking to my phone and this is what I look like. This is what I look like. But in person, I'm not as pretty or like...
It's interesting that she says that she films through the TikTok app. That, as a creator, that's weird to me. That's weird. I don't know why she would do that. Strange. Anyways.
Attractive. And transparently, there's nothing I can do about that. This is the dumbest video ever. I had zero intention of crying in this. There's nothing I can do about my side profile, okay? I don't have an attractive side profile.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could get a nose job. But also, like, if you don't want to do that, you don't need to do that. Who cares? Who cares?
And people really like to use that against me. But people, some photos I see of me, like, out in public, I like how I look. Majority, I don't. Because I'm not a photogenic person. And I'm not someone who is, like, a model. I'm not attractive. So I do my best to look good online. Because I'm showing myself to 17 million people, like, sorry that I try to look good. But when you see a photo of me out in public, yeah, I get why I don't look very good. I'm just not photogenic like that. It's like in a candid photo, I don't look that good.
One thing that I do think is interesting is looking at this video right now and like the amount of space that she has between her like crease of like her eyelid and her eyebrow, and then looking at like pictures of her that have been taken in public by other people that have been taken of her. Like, it's pretty clear that she's not only using a body slimming filter, but then also like a face slimming filter, a face elongating filter. And you could say all day long, like, oh, well, you know, she's raising her eyebrows in this video. And it's like, I don't know, man. That's not the same face. That's not the same face shape. And again, you cannot tell me otherwise. You can't.
I'm literally prepping my skin with fucking tears. I'm gonna tell you something, like, people who take pictures of me out in public or like any sort of like Getty images, like, they don't give a fuck about your insecurities. Like, if you have a stomach shot, like your stomach is out and that you're insecure about, they don't give a fuck. If you have like saggy skin on your arms, which I have like excess skin all over my body, they don't give a fuck about that. Like, so yeah, it's gonna show in pictures. It's 3 minutes in and I should be almost done with my makeup. Hold on. I really need to get myself together because I'm trying to make a point here. People like to take the pictures of me I post on Instagram versus like the candid photos of me out in the wild. And I obviously look totally different because the people taking the candids of me don't know my angles, don't know what kind of photos I like, don't know my lighting. It's different. It's different. And I look really different when someone else is taking the picture. And I guarantee that you would too. And yes, I edit the pictures. Everyone edits their pictures. But I don't edit them as heavily as people think. I do not edit my body.
Yes, you do. 100% yes, you do. How do you explain that picture of where you're skinnier than Selena Gomez? Like, oh my Lord. And that was at the Selena Gomez second annual Rare Impact Fund benefit. I have the Getty Images picture up right here. At least she said like, oh yeah, I edit my pictures, of course, but I don't edit my body. Now listen, girl, I've always been transparent about that. There are many times where I'm like, what the going on with this face? And yeah, girl, we'll do face app passion at setting 2. You never go to 3. You never go above 3. Someone needs to tell Mikayla that you don't go above 3. Another content creator sent me a picture of her one time and they said, God damn, if that isn't face app Hollywood, the Hollywood preset filter on level 5. And it looked exactly like that. It was crazy. But great, sure. Acknowledge that you do edit your face in photos, but it's like, okay, but wait, you're also promoting and selling beauty products. So that's also not ethical either. I saw someone, I forgot who it was, but they were sponsored by FaceApp. I need to be sponsored by FaceApp. I love that app. I'd be fixing people's smiles. I'd be opening their eyes more. Love it. Especially the men in your family when they smile and they're like, and you're like, what is your face doing? You just make them smile. It does give you weird teeth sometimes, which is really funny. But if it's like a faraway picture, it doesn't matter, right? Is this an ad for FaceApp? What's happening? Anyways, so yeah, like subtle retouchings here and there. Okay, whatever. But like if you are someone who is selling and promoting beauty products or reviewing those types of things, I don't think that that's very ethical. Also, yes, you do edit your body. There's no other explanation for it, girlfriend. You are not a shapeshifter.
I'm so sick of that lie. I'm 4'11", I weigh 135 pounds. Does that matter? No. People ask me how I'm a size 2. It's because I'm short and I can fit into a size 2. It's not because I'm skinny. I'm not skinny. My body proportions fit into 2 and 4 because I'm literally tiny.
I guess maybe she just gets like stretchy stuff because I just started wearing a size 2. I mean, I'm what, 4 inches taller than her? Because she said she's 4'11". And again, not to like play the compare game, but that's like how I like visualize it, right? So yeah, that doesn't really make much sense either because of like the diameter of her thighs and her waist. So that doesn't really make sense of how she always says that she's a size 2. Like I said, I just started fitting into a size 2, and that's because I lost like 30 pounds at the beginning of summer. So yeah.
But when you're 4'11", the fat doesn't have a lot of places to go. So yes, I have loose fat on my abs, I have a stomach, I have back rolls. I don't know, like, why do people keep putting pictures of my fat in my comment sections?
Yeah, that's rude. Don't do that. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. That's not nice at all. However, if she is not however, meaning to like diminish that, because no, that's don't do that. That's rude. But also, I think that this is getting more attention like from her because she is going out to more events where she is going to be photographed, and you are going to see those Getty images. Again, Getty images are retouched, but not edited in the sense of like a filter on it. Retouched meaning lighting, clarity, saturation, shadows, stuff like that. Not like figure slimming, face elongating type of things.
And I've made videos showing it openly. I can literally link it for you. Like, sorry that I like to put my best foot forward on my videos. Like, I'm gonna use the angles I like. I'm gonna use the lighting I like because I want to feel confident. I'm sorry that my stomach fat isn't hanging out of my clothes all the time. It doesn't mean I'm hiding it. Also, like, the constant conversation about my appearance. Who gives an actual fuck?
I haven't seen, and it doesn't mean that it's not happening, but I definitely am one of Mikayla's biggest critics, right? We know that. My videos about Mikayla perform very well. I feel like I have the seal of approval from the Mikayla Nogueira subreddit, right? Which means a lot. I appreciate y'all. My conversation is never geared towards like her appearance. It's the filtering and the unethical aspect with that. And obviously like the, lying about it and all that. But that's what it is. That's why whenever anyone's like, why are you talking about her body and her looks? I'm not. She doesn't look like that. That's not her. I don't think she's hideous. And I know some people will be like, Chelsea, stop saying like that she is attractive or giving her compliments. It's like, no, I don't have bitch eating cracker syndrome. If I think you're pretty, I'm going to say it. I can't help it. I have to let you know. If I like something that you're wearing, I'm going to tell you. Like there's a side by side I'm going to show you in a little bit that is like the same angle, the same outfit, different lighting, not good lighting. However, different lighting isn't going to change the length of your face and the length of your nose and the shape of your body. But even like this pair of jeans that she's wearing in these. One of my friends was wearing them too, and I was like, I need these. I think they're from Free People. I don't know. But after this video, I'm going to buy them because they're cute as shit, and I have a shirt that would look really good with it. And Yeah. I also, again, don't think she looks bad. I think she looks great. Wonderful. And her outfits lately have been a lot better. Sometimes she wears the most hideous things. That's just my opinion. That's okay. But it kind of seems like she maybe got a stylist. I don't know. That's irrelevant. But yes, like I said, it's not what you look like. It's not your physical form that I care about. It is you lying about it.
Like, literally. Does it even matter what I actually look like? Like,
that was an interesting slip, if it was a slip. She said, does it actually matter what I actually look like? Yes, it does. It matters what you actually look like and then what you're posting. If those are two different things, it matters. 100% that matters.
There's so much more going on in the world than to care so much about this. And do not hit me with the, yeah, because you're deceiving your eye. No, I'm not. There's no filter on the video. You're just making that up. There is zero deception on the video. Like, this is how I look on the video. Do I look this way all the time? Probably not. It doesn't mean I'm deceiving my audience. Anyways, clearly this has been bothering me for a long time. I'm just exhausted by the constant conversation about what I look like. Like, it's just like, enough. Like, we get it. I don't expect you to understand, but to have thousands of people criticize your appearance every day, it f***s you up. I'm just saying, it does. It would f*** you up too. Like, I don't care what anyone says.
That definitely would f*** you up. However, I do think that the calling her out for filtering videos is getting lost and lumped in with people bullying her for her appearance. Absolutely, that happens. Absolutely, people do that. I have seen it. You've seen it. People are mean as f*** about her. And I don't want to say like, well, that's kind of the consequences of like what you're going to get when you've built your audience by rage baiting, by using such a jarring fake accent, by making the most not attractive faces in like your thumbnails and like just being so much. That's not who you are like in reality, you know? I do think that when she's being her normal self, like she is likable, but I also don't think that she actually like has friends who like don't just use her, who could encourage her to be normal. But also I think that's what happens with TikTok, because with TikTok, videos get pushed onto your For You page when there's a lot of engagement. And that's why people will do, you know, engagement farming and doing things that will increase engagement, whether it's positive or negative. And then obviously that leads a lot of times to rage bait. And she posts a lot of rage bait. She does. Mikayla Nogueira's content on TikTok is rooted in rage bait. She's a multimillionaire because of that. And I really feel like that's clear, because if you look at the stark difference between what she posts on Instagram and what she posts on TikTok, it is completely different. Completely different.
My whole life, I have not been considered beautiful. And I am aware that I'm not. And it's not easy being a beauty influencer who's not beautiful. People try to break me down for anything they can, but specifically my appearance. There are literally whole ass TikTok accounts dedicated to comparing how I look online versus in real life. Do you know what that does to me? Or do you probably don't even give a shit what it does to me, because you don't treat me like a human being. And I'm really like,
It's really hard for me to support you right now, Mikayla. Then don't filter your videos. Like, you know you've done that. You know you've edited your body in videos. You know you've edited your face in videos. 100% you know that you've done that.
I don't want to bring up too much about EDs, but I'm not doing good in that department. It sucks. I refuse to ruin this makeup. I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna get me canceled. I don't care. When I was 60 pounds heavier, people treated me so much kinder about my body, about the way I looked, because I don't know.
I mean, I definitely do. I believe that. Absolutely. And I think that when you do become more, especially with social media, when you do become more successful and you do, you know, you're able to afford things, you know, nips and tucks and injections, whether it be for weight loss or a personal trainer or, you know, Botox or lip filler or anything like that, and micro needling or a facelift, I don't know, anything. Or, you know, you start making a lot of money. I mean, sometimes People who care too much and who are unhinged maybe will not be as nice to you anymore because they aren't relating to you now. And now you are more successful than them. They can't relate to you anymore. And now it's unattainable. And it's not with that parasocial aspect of that interaction and with that relationship, like they aren't able to see you as like their friend anymore or their equal anymore. And like, yeah, sure, that's weird. But also, that's not like what we're talking about here. I feel like all of this and all this discourse is stemming from you editing and filtering your body and face in videos. And that's deceptive. Almost everything about her is deceptive, but that's very deceptive. That's not okay. And so, yes, people are going to call it out. It really is a vicious cycle. It's like you lie about filtering your photos and then you are called out for it. And then you do a video crying about it and then blaming your eating disorder. And then people are now on your side. And then people are seen as like bullies if they talk about it or bring it up. And that sucks that she says and I don't know if it's true or not, but she said that it is. So let's just assume it is. She said that she's not doing very well in the eating disorder department. And that sucks. I've been there, girl. That's awful. I would also like to say that with an eating disorder and with the body dysmorphia that accompanies that, a lot of times, constantly editing and filtering and bringing attention to that you do not look the same in your TikTok videos as you do in person, you're not helping yourself. And I really feel like that's like the point of the conversation here. And again, I'm not trying to be like, it's your fault, but don't you think like a lot of this conversation could be solved or like stomped out if she just didn't filter her videos? And then continuing to lie about it just creates more discourse, you know? Y'all tell me if you think I'm wrong, please.
I don't know. But now that I've lost 60 pounds, it's like a sprint to find any flaw on my body that people can. Like, y'all find things wrong with me that I would never have even noticed. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that I get it. I get it. I know I look different in person. There's nothing I can do about it. Anyways, on a more positive note,
you already admitted to editing your face in your photos, so you don't know what to do about it. You could stop editing your face in your photos. You could stop doing that. Even I edit my face in photo, and I've been very honest about that forever. I do not care. If I am like doing, which I'm not doing a makeup tutorial, but if I'm like telling y'all, hey, I like this mascara or something, I'm obviously not going to filter that or edit that or whatever, right? But hey, if I'm taking a picture with a vibrator for a ad read and I just rolled out of bed and oh my God, I missed the deadline and I forgot to send it over for approval. Yeah, I'm gonna add some makeup on myself, okay? Because that's what girl bosses gotta do sometimes. But also, you know, not promoting makeup, promoting toys usually, because that's what happens when all you do is talk on the internet, apparently, is that's what you get sponsored by. That and digital security software.
Anyways, guys, I'm sorry for this very much derailed video. I just don't get why we're still attacking people for their appearance in 2025. Like, y'all are all about anti-bullying, anti-this and that until you're not. I'm just asking for, like, a little bit of grace. Like, I get the whole wanting to make fun of me and hating me and not liking me and wanting my career to end and me to fail and blah, blah, blah. But, like, if we can just settle down on the appearance thing, then I'll be fine. Regardless, the world will keep fucking spinning. But, I don't know, I just had to get this out. I've been holding it in for so fucking long. At the end of the day, none of what I'm saying matters, and I'm not asking you to feel bad for me or even care about what I'm saying. I just feels good to let it out, and now I can move on.
Those lashes look beautiful. The one she was wearing, those look really pretty. Anyways, so here is some clear examples of her using body slimming or body altering filters on her TikTok videos. Okay. So in this one, you can see that the dresser like behind is like moving a little bit when she's moving her legs. And then also in every TikTok video that she posts, there is like fuzzy border around her. Pretty sure I've never had that happen. Like that doesn't make any sense. Something else that a good amount of content creators have pointed out to me, especially a few that were like professional photographers with like editorial and doing a lot of retouching and Photoshop and stuff like for that specifically, have told me is that when she's doing videos, you'll see like basically like a black outline or like the like a deep shadow like right here. And it's like, you're using a glam light. Like there aren't shadows, girl. And here's another side by side. These are the jeans I want. You know what? We're going to do Google Lens real quick and I'm going to get these jeans. Oh, they're from Abercrombie. I'm going to go buy those tomorrow. Because yeah, those are really cute. Okay, it's clearly edited. Your face is blurred. Your nose is slimmer. Your face is, I'm not joking, like an inch longer. Your forehead is longer. And the space between your brow and your eyelid is so expanded. That's crazy. And we could say like, oh, well, this one with the body, it could just be the way she's standing. Could just be the angle and how she is like turned a little bit. That's what it could be, okay? However, I do think it is clear that it's like she's using like a thing that like smushes her. You got smushed, girl. And this was quite insane that this person on TikTok said, I'd respect Mikayla if she would just be natural instead of using filters. And someone said, she isn't. The one on right is AI. What? Girl, AI wishes they could get that skin texture that correct. Like no, don't be dumb. And this is another example of the same night. This one's more so like the same angle. And I cannot wait to get these pants. I'm so excited. Again, like she doesn't look huge. She looks tiny. And I hate even saying like tiny and huge and equating like someone's body to that. But again, your face does not look the same. And also, girl, why is your head so big in this TikTok video? That is crazy. Why is your head so big, girl? Is it because of the filter? Because of the body squishing filter? It's like someone put you in a panini press. And I hate that for you. And this is a great example again. And some people will say like, oh, well, her face looks different because she's like smiling in one. And like when you smile, your nostrils come out. So then your nose looks wider. Well, okay. In this one, her nose is longer. The space between her brows is so much bigger. And her chin is so sharp it could cut glass. What do you got to say about that? Her forehead that's crazy. It's insane. And again, all of these are like either the same day, same event, or like the next night or night before. Because if you're going to compare something, you need to do it either right at the same moment or within that same time frame. This one, again, your face shape is completely different. It's wild. Again, girl, face up. Hollywood filter, you better tone it down. You better stick at 1 or 2. You better not go past 3. Do not do it, Mikayla. I know what you're doing. Oh my God, so many people sent this one to me. So she was on TikTok live, which she like never ever does. Almost 8,000 people watching her. Terrifying. So she was just like doing work, I guess. And sometimes I do that too. I'll just hop on live. Also, don't give these rich ass people, don't do that. Don't give these rich ass people money when they're on live stream. She's a multimillionaire. Don't do that. Give it to me instead. I'm just kidding. Again, face looks completely different than it does in, videos that she posts. And someone gave a gift and it just completely glitches her face. It's wild. And there are apps and things that you can use so that you can like film it through a third party, but then have it go up on live on TikTok or like in real time or a different streaming platform. Anyways, it's very sad. I've never seen a gift on TikTok do that to someone. Ever. I've never seen it grab their face and do that. And then in this one, she needs to consult with her interior decorator, who seems to be Dr. Seuss, because what is going on with these wobbly ass shelves? That top shelf, what is this? What's going on here? Why is this shelf shaped like a trapezoid? Wild. Real wild. Okay, so I found a few other things that I was like, that's illegal. That is illegal that I wanted to include, as I always do with Mikayla videos. So Mikayla's brand POV, point of view, whatever, is going to be in Sephora. That's amazing for her. Congratulations. That's awesome. Slay, girl. However, let's not host giveaways that are illegal. Okay. So as a part of this giveaway, let's just read the caption. It says, as a token of my appreciation, I'm giving 50 of you the chance to join me in NYC on September 16th for the ultimate beauty moment, a $1,000 Sephora shopping spree together. Here's how. Post a TikTok, video, or a carousel featuring your fave POV beauty product, plus your unique point of view. Follow and tag POV Beauty and Sephora on TikTok. Use this hashtag in your caption. And then it says no purchase necessary. And then it says like when the winners will be announced, 18 plus, US only. A lot of people will do US only because, dear God, the guidelines and stuff for other countries is crazy. And it's just such a headache. So sorry to tell you that, but it is. And it's just easier to not do that. So obviously when it says no purchase necessary, it means that you don't have to spend money to join a giveaway or a sweepstakes. So basically, if you don't have a no purchase necessary thing and, go against that, then it would be considered gambling. So here's why you have to include a no purchase necessary clause. US law considers a contest illegal gambling if it has all 3 elements. 1, a prize, something of value that's being given away. 2, chance, winners are chosen randomly. 3, Consideration. People who enter must give something of value like money, a purchase, or significant effort to enter. If all three are present, it's treated as an unlawful lottery unless run by a state. By removing consideration, which means requiring a purchase, the sweepstakes avoids being classified as gambling. That's why companies always include no purchase necessary. So it's pretty crazy to say no purchase necessary, but also if someone doesn't have a POV product, but you want them to show it off and use it, like they have to buy it. For instance, in this comment section, someone said something along the lines of like, oh no, I can't enter because I don't have POV. And Mikayla commented and said, time to purchase. And then another comment here says, no purchase necessary, but you need to purchase POV products to qualify. Sounds like a way to get more sales, which obviously that's what it is. So the list goes on with Mikayla, with the unethical, undisclosed ads, the potential illegal giveaways and sweepstakes, the engagement farming. Did I already say rage bait? Let's say it again. Rage bait, the filtering of her body, and then just random lies that she will say here and there. And I'm not a fan of it, obviously. But I do think that it would be a lot better for her, and the public perception of her and like the hate that she receives would obviously be a lot better if she didn't do these things. And it's like, you're the one doing them. So is it that people are lying about you and talking shit about you and bullying you and harassing you? Or is it the consequences of you doing X, Y, and Z? Right? And people having opinions about it and calling you out and explaining why it's unethical. I think it's the second one that I just said. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video. I hope y'all have a great day, night, weekend, or whenever you're watching this. I hope you know that if you are subscribed, I appreciate you so much. I hope you feel validated and seen and beautiful and know that your butt looks good and you have cheeks for weeks. They are so plump and juicy and I can't stop looking at it. I'm really sorry. I had someone comment the other day and they were like, I am subscribed and I have been for so long, but my butt is still flat. And I was like, you're lying. It looks amazing. Who are you going to believe, me or your lying ass eyes? I would hope me, because I know better and it looks so good. And I'm so proud of you, whatever you've accomplished today or this week or this month, even if it's nothing, even if it's just breathing, girl, you're doing so good at that. You should be a professional. And if you are not subscribed, I hope that you have anal fissures and stub your toes with open-toed shoes on, and that between your titties and your belly button smell disgusting. I bet they already do, but don't worry. You can have a fresh belly button if you just subscribe. It's a simple fix. You just got to click a button. Okay. All right. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Stay spicy and feral and maybe even delusional. Goodbye. And one more thing. It's literally the next day and I have something else that I want to say. So I saw these comments not only on my last video of Mikayla, but one of the threads on the r/Mikayla Nogueira subreddit. And I really thought that they were worded well. And y'all know I typically like to do a internet temperature check anyways. So that's what this is. Also, it's the very beginning of my workday. Just got back from preschool drop off. Haven't actually done my makeup yet, but I was like, you know what? F it. We're going to do this. Also, hey, I cut my hair. Did you see? Okay. This was on the last video that I did on Mikayla. So this person said, okay, but I'm going to need you to retract what you said about Mikayla Nogueira. I don't know how it's spelled, because her crying on TikTok about her appearance was so sad. There's one thing I'm not going to do. And I said, how about instead of retracting what I said, I make another video and double down, which is what I'm doing. I did have a lot of people who were like, Chelsea, her video was in response to you. I'm like, no, it's not. She doesn't know I exist. That's definitely not. However, these are some comments from, like I said, that subreddit, and I really thought that these were worded really well. So this one says, that's what's saddest about her. There are a jillion ways to be beautiful, not just by the arbitrary cultural standards we have now. Women who aren't thin or in a particular weight range according to their height aren't ugly by default. I've seen many, many, many women who aren't thin that are flippin' gorgeous. If she wants to go the GLP route for weight loss, then she should, and she should go about it publicly and not lie about it. She'd make way more money and get way more respect. All she's doing now is lying about engineering her own backwards slide in popularity and income. You can have self-esteem and be overweight, despite what our culture says. She's blowing her opportunity to have a great income and do some good in the world. She's young, and I really wish she had a mentor who could get through to her and the damage she's doing to herself and her fans. But nope, total denial and deeper entrenchment is what she does instead. None of it is necessary, and all of it is detrimental. I even responded to that. And I was like, I love the way you worded this. So thank you to that person. Also, another person, as you can see, I upvoted this. Another person said, again, so much better in any picture/video posted by her, because it was all pictures from like Getty Images or like fan photos in this specific post. And I completely agree. There's nothing wrong with the way you look. And again, we can say that and say that and say that. But as someone who is online and who has been really ruthlessly bullied for their appearance for a long, long time online, not me, I'm saying her, I completely understand believing that. I completely understand that. So it doesn't mean it's like valid. Like there is no truth to that, Mikayla. I hope she knows that. Obviously she's not watching this, but filtering and then lying about it, it's making it so much worse. Someone said she's generally very pretty. There is nothing wrong with her body. I don't understand the lying and filtering. Her side profile is not the standard, and that's good. She's beautiful. I just wish she wasn't full of shit and constantly bullshit and ruining her looks with unnecessary filler and a bad fake tan. She should get away from social media. I mean, she has made so much money that maybe she could get away from social media, but I mean, possibly not, because she just bought a huge house and now I would assume puts a good amount of her own money into her company, but I actually don't know, because she has a lot of investors and a huge equity firm backing her, or investment firm backing her. So I don't know about that. So I thought those takes were very interesting and I agree with them. And yeah, I think that she absolutely would be better off if she didn't do that. But I also think that, I don't remember if I talked about this previously in the video, but one thing that I have noticed is that it doesn't really seem like she has actual like friends that are also influencers and who are also in this industry. She has two that she says are like her very good friends, but I think there's such like a power imbalance there that they aren't going to like call her out on certain things. And I think that that's so important to have people around you in the industry that you respect and that respect you and who will be real with you, and having those actual genuine friendships of people who will text you and be like, and they don't even have to be in your area. Because I mean, she can use the excuse that she's not like in LA. It doesn't matter. Most content creators will tell you, like, it doesn't matter where you are. Like, you can still build a genuine friendship and even work friendship and professional friendship without that. Like even Robert Welsh, like we're pretty close and I respect his opinion so much, and he texts me and asks me for advice on certain things. I text him and ask him for advice on certain things. And same with like Jesse and Lily from the Do We Know Them podcast, and obviously Sherilyn too. We're still friends. We're fine. It's going to be okay. But I do think that that's so important, and I don't think that she necessarily has that. So I don't know. I just feel like she's kind of lost in it. Anyways, that's it for the update. Okay,